I am so excited for our conversation today with Marta Dziekanowska, who is the owner of Marta's of Raleigh, which is an incredible women's boutique right here in North Hills. Since 2017, Marta's premier ladies clothing boutique has been renowned for its exquisite selection of women's fashion, catering to style-conscious customers. The boutique prides itself on having a diverse array of offerings, and Marta herself has the most incredible client list in all of North Carolina. So you could say she's not just the best of Raleigh, she's the best of North Carolina. Born in Poland, Marta's discerning eye and love of fashion developed at a very young age. And after getting a degree in economics, Marta aspired to a career in the fashion industry. She moved to Connecticut and started as a sales associate at the renowned Darien Sports Shop in Connecticut. After moving to North Carolina, she set her sights on opening a store for her loyal customer base that would focus on personal consultation and clothing that works for women of all sizes and ages. With her keen eye for detail and her fresh approach to styling, Marta's ability to dress the modern woman has solidified her presence as one of Raleigh's best. Are you ready for the conversation? I can't wait for you to hear what we have to say. I am so excited to be here with you today, Marta. Thank you so much for joining us on the Best of Raleigh.
Thank you for having me. I'm absolutely honored to be here.
You know, it's so funny. We really just met, but we have a very common friend, and you guys have seen her before on the Best of Raleigh. She was actually our first Best of Raleigh, Amanda Dunning from Glow to V. And it's funny the kind of kinetic energy that you both have. So for those of you who are listening, you're going to hear some incredible things from Marta because she is a glowing ray of light. She has so much energy and so much passion, and I'm super excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about what your background is.
So my background is really funny. As a small girl, I always was shopping in small little boutiques. I had a dressmaker in my town, and I would buy several things, and I would tell her, cut this off, sew this in. So I never wanted to look like anybody else.
You never wanted to look off the rack?
No.
Even as a young girl?
Even as a young girl. And my lead in my life, because of my parents, I went to business school. And on my third year, when I said to myself, oh my gosh, I have 2 more years to go, I knew that I didn't want to do business.
Yeah.
So I finished the university in Krakow, and a week later, I was on a plane to US. And I went into fashion. I didn't know much about the US market, but I love America. I've been coming here as a student for several times, and I fall in love with energy and attitude for life and all of this. It was just so much vibe. So I landed in Darien, Connecticut, and I started working as a sales associate in a Darien sports shop. And funny enough, I was approached by the owner so many times to come for an interview, and I was telling Gretchen this morning, I walked into the store, and it was so gorgeous. All of the sales associates were dressed head to toe perfect.
In Chanel?
In Chanel, in Dior, in Diane von Furstenberg.
That's not intimidating at all.
No, not at all. And here I am in my Forever 21 suit. I walked in and I was like, and I'm out.
Yeah.
So I left, never showed up for an interview. The owner of the Darien Sports Shop, Gina Zangrillo, who's my dear friend now, kept calling me, and finally showed up. She hired me on the spot, and I said, I have nothing to wear in the clothes, in the store. Well, she took care of all of this, and this is what I learned, how much great look, professional styling, wonderful clothes can change your life, because they changed mine.
It really can. And, we think about this a lot as women business owners. I work with, obviously, a lot of younger women who are starting their career.
Right.
It is so intimidating. Even if you're really smart and really talented, if you don't feel like you look the part, it is very hard to escalate in your career and your business.
Right.
It's very hard to show up in the world in the way that you should show up in the world. And
Right.
not to say you can't get great style at Forever 21. You absolutely can.
Absolutely.
But the difference between Forever 21 and Chanel is a big one. So,
Right.
so when it comes to dressing women, you're so passionate about this because
So passionate.
probably because of that experience that you had where you were a little intimidated. Changing a woman's dress changes her life. Tell me how passionate you are about that.
So I had one of the customer in Darien. She flew to from Great Britain to shop at the store, and they had business in U.S. And she was so conservative. She was so gorgeous, great body, but oh my gosh, like it had to be blazer and a pencil skirt. Okay. So this one time she has this event in New York and she has to wear a dress. There's a little bit more on the modern side because this was the dress code. And so it literally, I put her in I remember Cynthia Steffi gray, beautiful dress with like a ruching in the back that really show her figure. But it was midi length. It was phenomenal look, okay? I convinced her for 3 hours to buy this dress.
I would love
And
to say I've
after-
never been there, but I
After
have.
3 hours, I said, take this dress, show it to your husband. If you don't like it, bring it back. Okay? Next day, guess what? She comes back with her husband, carrying the garment with the dress, and I was like, no way. And husband comes, she's like, Marta, thank you so much. Here's the MX, put it in a file. Just send it back, whatever is right for her, because I love it.
I love that.
And she got red on her face, and her husband says, I never knew that I had such a beautiful woman.
Wow.
So here's just one story, but I have so many, and I have learned, as I was coached there by, fitting you with the right shape, right colors, is what you see in your mirror is not what I see.
Yeah.
It's the same like with a hairdresser. It's the same like with Amanda, who, came to me 4 months ago. She's like, your lip is collapsing. I'm like, doing what? She said, we gotta fix this. And she said, here is when you smile. This is what happened.
Yeah.
It's just small little things that we as women, we can help each other. I'm like so excited to meet you because I've seen your ads all over North Hills. And I was like, this is my girl.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, I actually, another funny story I had, my customer who works at the Cup Trust, she was having lunch at Croquette, and she was all dressed Martas, and she stands on the lights, waiting to go back to the office, and the woman next to her, she says, you look fantastic.
Wow.
You must shop at Marta's. She's like, in the matter of fact, I am.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just brings such a joy to my life.
Well,
It's just,
you've built an incredible brand, and right here in North Hills, you've moved your store from over by the Renaissance to now you're over on the Lassiter side of
Right.
North Hills. You've got a bigger space, I think.
Smaller.
A smaller space.
Smaller space.
But it feels so massive in there.
So we are not typical Southern look. When we were next to Renaissance, it was amazing. Then the
Yeah.
COVID happened, and it was just not
Yeah.
good. Like we had zero foot traffic. When that space opened up, it is smaller, but the foot traffic that we have, and we are called like window shoppers. They will go to Vivace, they will go come back to their cars, and the store is light day and,
And bright,
night.
yeah.
And they see the silhouette and they come back. And we really, honest to you, like we don't do any marketing across. Like all of it is word of mouth. And I get so many new customers
Yeah.
all the time just from the reputation that we have.
So what made you want to start Marta's? Coming from Connecticut, landing down here, what was the passion behind starting it? Because you started Martha's in 2017, correct?
2017. So I moved here 2013, and I was working at the other store close to the Chapel Hill area, and this is how I met my investors. And after 3 years shopping with her, her husband came to the store, and he's like, "Where's Marta?" And I'm like, "Here I am." He's like, "I'm blah blah blah, and you cost me a lot of money, but I love the look of my wife." And we chat, and he was at the point of his life where he really wanted to make the change. And they both called me, and on the December 25th, and they said, listen, we give each other so many different things. But this year, when we just talked all day about you, like we just had so much fun. And they're like, you should own your own business. I said, I know. So later on, funny enough, she came to me and she says to me, I can't believe that I have to drive 1 hour out to get my clothes. Like, we need something like this in Raleigh.
Right, and we
don't
do.
have to sit in a plane to go to New York. And so that's how Marta's came alive.
Yeah.
And one of my first customers was actually from New York, and it's a very funny story. So I was right by the Renaissance Hotel. I made the best friendship with the valet guys.
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock on Friday. I have this customer coming out. She walked into the store, and she bought so much stuff. She exactly knew her brand, her size, never tried anything. That the valet guys thought that I was being robbed. She left with 15 bags of my largest bags.
Yeah.
And she says to me, I live on the Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
She's like, I have never bought so much stuff in one store. So she says, great job as a buyer.
Well, I think the thing about Marta's, and the thing that I hear people say is, number one, you have a very diverse selection. So when we talk about luxury brands, and we feel like the Coley Group is a luxury brand, people often associate that with price. But that's not the case at Marta's.
That's not the case.
You are a luxury brand for all price points. So for a woman who is just getting started in her career, tell me a little bit about how you can help her with specific pieces and how you start that transition, because your clients are with you for the entire time you've owned your business, right?
Right. So
they're very loyal.
So just because the way my life approached me and how I became successful, it was very important for me as a buyer and as an owner of the store, go out there and don't shop just the beautiful showrooms in New York, but go into the small shows where people from Ukraine are showing, and those price points are like nothing anywhere else. So really at Marta's, the price point starts at $60, goes up to the thousands, but it's really what's in your budget. And we, when I meet new customer, I ask her, what is the point of your life? What is your goal? What is my budget to transfer your look? And we just go step by step, just step by step. And we did this path together, and I'm there for her. It's many times, we have very small shoe selection, and many times, she will buy all the silhouettes, and I will send her all the links to the right shoes for the silhouettes.
So you are such a fantastic blend of a boutique store, a personal shopper, a closet renovator, and we're going to talk about that because I think that's awesome. So tell me a little bit about the experience at Marta's. When somebody comes in, what all can they do there? What all services do you have?
So my goal is at this point is to partnership with local businesses and offer, so we are very honest.
That's very important when it comes to someone dressing you.
I have customers coming from Wilmington, Pinehurst, Charlotte. I have my still Darien people that fly and shop.
Yeah.
We will lead you whatever is best for you. So my goal is, right now when we started the campaign with Amanda, is we both have the same reputation of giving you the best tips.
Yeah.
And sometimes get you out of your closet a little bit, because as you age, you need to change, okay? So we're gonna do events together where we can explain what we think is amazing, because we've both done it. And we just actually did a photo shoot on Monday, and we were not recognized on the street, and people almost were looking at us and say, like, they're not from Raleigh.
That is such a compliment when somebody tells me, you don't even look like you're from Raleigh. I'm like, darling, you're right.
That's right. So we offer at Marta's a lot of different events.
Yeah.
So we have at least 5 to 8 shows every season. So we only have 1,800 square feet. So we are on a daily basis focused on our CEO look, which is suiting and your life, where you have to be more professional. And then we also have our casual, which we're famous for our cashmere and washable silks. Everything in the store is washable. Everything.
I love that.
Okay, but then throughout the year, we lead you with a beautiful Tamalinda plaid, which is my favorite my favorite evening gowns. They're just amazing. And we have people coming from Switzerland, from Aldo, which Nicolas is, he will make you feel like $1,000,000.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of that. So we really, it's just once you get on our calendar, we will call you before and we'll say, what do you need for this year? We also, very importantly, because we do have usually one size run, we do have some essentials, but mostly it's one size run. We always track where the dress goes and for which event. Because the last thing you want to do is show up at the event and you're size 2 and somebody else is size 12 in the same dress.
Yeah.
So we do that too. But that comes with amazing relationship with the client.
Yeah. And then you add the personal shopping piece in, because
Right.
I'm hearing you say that a lot, that you are not only picking the clothes, but then you're helping to put the rest of the package together.
Right. So we come out, and I come out to your closet.
Which scares me.
And last one, I throw away 7 trash bags. I mean, in my car, it looked like I had 7 dead bodies wrapped up. So my agreement with this is I go to your closet. We try everything. So it's about 3 hours session. And then we throw away whatever I think is not right for you. Then we make a list of what you need. And at the end of the appointment like this, we have a mound of clothes in the middle of the closet. And I said, it's your choice. Either no charge for the service, and I take everything with me, and it's out and about. But if you decide to keep a couple of pieces, then I will charge you. And so, you can't wear jeans for 5 years. You just cannot. Because, she said, well, my favorite. I'm like, look, hanging to see where your knees are. That's just not right, So you have to do this. If you want Polish look, you have to do this.
Well, I feel like for me personally, and I want to just share this because I think a lot of women feel this way. I'm in the business world. Image is really important, right?
So
and I don't
important.
care what anybody says. The way you show up in the world, the way you look on the outside, it really helps you feel confident and have swagger on the inside.
Right.
And we are in a position where we are negotiating for a living, basically. We're negotiating on some of our clients' best assets. So if I walk into a home at a really high price point and my clothing it might be great brands, but it might not work together, or it might not work with my body. It just kind of changes the way you feel about yourself, right?
Right.
So when it comes to clothes, for me, I rent a lot of my clothes because we're doing a lot of video, I'm doing a lot of social, and I felt like for a time period, I was like standing in my closet going, what am I going to wear? Because I had gone through everything that I had. So I
Right.
do some rental subscriptions, but I have a lot of basics, but I haven't changed sizes in 10 years, 15
Wow.
years, really, not really
Good for
since
you.
college. So I still I still have my first Armani suit that I ever bought.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
And that is how it's supposed to be. But I do love to keep jeans, and I love to keep that comfy, cozy sweater that probably needs to go out the door because I shouldn't wear it in public. But it's hard to part with those things, but there is an evolution of style. The clothes I wore 3 years ago
Right.
aren't necessarily where I am today, right?
Right.
And that's totally okay.
You see, what I recommend to my clients is make your closet 3 different closets.
Oh.
So casual,
I can't wait to hear this.
business, travel, and PJs.
Okay. PJs
And this is where you start your day. You exactly know to which section of your closet you're going. And don't get rid of those sweaters, but wear them at home. Start the fire outside, and if burns, it burns the hole. It's okay. But this is how I will recommend you. Marta's can give you that look, and you really don't have to break the bank.
Yeah.
You really don't. We have a gorgeous suit for $200. It's just gives you a nice option to slowly transfer your look. But I agree. Your look is so important because, especially when you're in the luxury, all of customers that you're helping, they pretty much have great careers.
Yeah.
And they experience what I experience.
Yeah.
They experience what you experience, and they know it. That's a business language.
Yes, it is a language.
It's also when you look fabulous all day, when you go luxury clothes, you feel like you are in your PJs. Most likely, 80% of silhouettes that we have at a store, you don't need any spring. It's not that you need it.
Yeah.
But if you buy cheaper fabrics, they're not gonna hang the right way, and you
Yes.
need to have a shapewear.
Yeah.
Now have a shapewear when there is 100 degrees outside, and go through the
It's
house.
brutal, yeah. No, I don't do that.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
You know.
So you have not just the silhouettes. We've talked a lot about silhouettes. We talked a lot about, the style, but you also have accent pieces, the jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm seeing some of your pieces. I saw some the other day when you were in here. So, and you're helping just to put the icing on the cake, right?
Yep,
So you're helping
just
to pull
icing
all
on the
that
cake.
together.
Yeah, we have. Actually, we are very proud. Took me 5 years to get into this business. A vintage Chanel bags, which
What? You
Yeah.
didn't tell me that. Did
What-
you hear that? Vintage Chanel bags.
yeah. So vintage Chanel bags. That's the one licensed company in U.S. It's called the Total Classic.
Wow.
And they track where every purse goes. Every purse and chain is 24 karat gold.
Wow.
That's vintage. So once Chanel died, the company was completely rebuilt.
Redone.
And so nowadays, the real Chanel, the Chanel bags that you buy in a store is a calf leather.
Yeah.
It's vermeil hardware. Our handbags are 1999 and older.
Wow.
They are all refurbished in Italy leather, and all the jewelry was actually created in France.
Wow.
So there are two countries that make Chanel bag. And so this is the quality is just absolutely amazing. So that's the difference.
We're going over there in just a minute, so we'll show
You'll
you.
love it.
We'll show you what's
Yeah.
over there. I'm gonna go pick out some stuff for all of us.
Yeah.
Well, Marta, thank you so much for
Oh,
all of
thank
this.
you.
I feel like I have had a lesson in just being okay with wanting to be impeccably dressed and wanting to show up in the world. And, for those of you out there who are looking to up level your look or looking just to have another eye,
Right.
because I do think it's really important. I see things in the mirror that other people don't see, just like you
Right.
just said.
Right.
And it's great to have another person's eye on your look that you trust that can help you take it to another level.
So I want to say one more thing. I have in my house a little drawer with thank you cards from my customers.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear this story.
Okay. So there's about, in 8 years, about 600 of them. Every single card say, "Hi, Marta. Thank you so much for making me buy that dress, that sweater, these pants, this suit, because it is my favorite now." I was telling you the story with the woman, my customer, Marta from Pinehurst. All she wore is neutral. She
Yeah.
had these beautiful emerald eyes. And in December, she comes in, and I have this beautiful cashmere sweater. And I said, "You're gonna buy this sweater." She's like, "I don't wear color." I'm like, "Yes, you are." I said, "You're not gonna work out without a sweater." And I said, "No matter of fact, you're gonna wear this sweater
Out.
out." So she leaves the store. She's like, "Are you sure about it?" I'm like, "Go, go, 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 go." She went to Vivace, comes back 2 hours later. She's like, "Girl, you're not gonna believe in it. Everybody will stare at my sweater." I said, "There we go." And since then, guess what? All she buys is colors.
The
It's
way
so funny.
the way you show up in the world
Yeah.
is so important. And I think it's been a beautiful evolution to see women up level the way they're showing
Right.
up in the world. And that is exactly what you are doing and what Marta's helps all of us do. And that is such a beautiful thing to have another set of eyes from someone that you trust.
Correct.
So if you're out there and you're thinking, you know what, I could use a little freshening and I could use a little glow up,
Yep.
you've got to come check out Marta's in North Hills. Marta and her entire team will make sure you have an incredible luxury experience.
Oh,
You
yeah.
will have fun and you will look incredibly gorgeous, exactly the phase of life and the stage of life that your career is in. So I want to say thank you, Marta, for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you
And
for having
thank
me.
you so much for showing up today to listen to the podcast. Every single week, we drop a brand new podcast called The Best of Raleigh that highlights the people and the businesses in Raleigh that you need to do business with, because at the end of the day, we want to be your guide to luxury living in Raleigh, in the Triangle,
Right.
and really in North Carolina.
And it's not only about transaction.
That's it. It's
about the
relationships.
relationship,
And
yes.
that is a common theme here on The Best of Raleigh. So you can find us every single week on Apple, Spotify, and on YouTube. And if you hear this and you want to see what's going on, we're heading over to Marta's and we're going to take a look at the store and some incredible outfits. And thank you for showing up today for The Best of Raleigh. We'll see you at Marta's.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Girl.